Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, Gaymer Atlas. If you haven't noticed, I've been having a bit of an identity crisis. Used to call myself Gamer Guy, but after doing some Google searching and around on YouTube, I've decided to change it. So the channel name is now Gaymer Atlas. I'm also working on getting a camera set up so that you guys can see my beautiful face as I talk to you. How exciting is that? Anyways, this episode is episode 3. We're going to be continuing on our Let's Play Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. A very detailed and interesting city builder game. Now, on the last episode, I'll have to tell you, I did something quite stupid. I didn't save the game that we were playing before. I mean, it had some auto-saves, obviously, but I didn't save it up until the point that we were finished with it. So I've spent some time catching it back up. I re-reviewed episode number 2. Re-reviewed, that's such a weird thing. I re-watched episode 2. And figured out exactly what I needed to build, and I got it up to par. It might look a tad bit different than it did on the last episode, but I promise you it's exactly the same utility. I tried to match it as close as I could. Even though I wanted to move the farmland, I'll have to tell you, I wanted to move the farmland to somewhere else because we're having a bit of an issue leveling the terrain, but I just put it back in the same place because I didn't want to confuse you, because I love you that much. Anyways. So I leveled out the remainder of the farmland and I built quite a few fields, and we're going to pick it up from there. We're going to be building our food production lines, and we're going to get our first trains up and running. That'll be very exciting. It took me a while to figure out how the semaphores work and how to get trains kind of running on clockwork, and I think I finally figured it out. I'm happy to share that with all of you as well, so let's just jump right into it. So we have a lot of games going on here, but we're going to load up our Let's Play game, and we should be right there on our farmland where I was getting it set up. I just added the gas station. And you can see our bulldozers from our construction office are coming out here. I also built a construction office in our main area up here. We didn't have one before, I don't think. You see, I didn't really do as good of a job when I did it again. But I got the basic stuff set up that we had. But I built another construction office up here just so we could level some stuff over here for free, since we will be building over here. And that's really it. That I did, and reset up the power and all that stuff. What's going on here? I don't understand. View area possible issue exists on the route. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. We're gonna have to fix this really quick. These guys can't get out of there. It's a one-way. Just need to build another loop-de-doo here. It's not gonna let me do this, huh? Of course not. Wow. This cannot be a good omen to what is to come on this gameplay today. Yeah. I see, you're confused. You don't know how to get back to the construction factory. There we go. There. Are you happy now? There we go. Wow, that was annoying, huh? Anyways, so we got our fields set up. We might even need more than this. You need quite a few fields. It takes forever. Actually, let's go ahead and get them starting to plow, because it does take absolutely forever to plow these fields. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go to our agro farm here, and we need to purchase some vehicles. Again, same mechanics. We're going to purchase using ruples. And there's 3 different things we're going to need. We're going to need a sowing tractor. So when you're buying the tractor, what you want to pay attention to is the sowing speed. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the speed is... these are about the same. I'm just going to buy these. And I would suggest getting 4 of each. So 4 tractors, 4 harvesters. We're going to pick this one just because it's the fastest. It's German. Uh-oh. It's okay. We're going to get 4 of those. And then covered holes. What we're going to be hauling is crop. So, I used to get like these big trucks, like these big semi trucks, because as you can see, they hold a lot of crop, 8 tons of crop, 7 tons of crop, but they're just so big and cumbersome. Those trucks take forever. I just realized something too, I didn't even have a way for our tractors to get into our farmland unless they went through the gas station. Remember what I was telling you in episode 1? They won't drive through unless they have some business there, so... Guess it makes sense. Anyways, so what I was saying is these big trucks cover a lot of crop, but they're very cumbersome, and they have to get into these fields, and I've noticed it takes them a bit of time to go around the corners for whatever reason. So I actually found that using a smaller truck is much better. And actually, this smaller truck carries way more crop than the big semi. I was super surprised. I don't know if that's an error or something. Like, look, this little truck, 9.6 tons of crop. Anyway, for whatever the reason, we're going to buy 4 of them. I don't really care. They work a little bit easier, like I said, because they're smaller. You know what? We could probably help our tractors here be a little bit more efficient if we just connected this road. And there we go. So you're going to see them go out there and start plowing these fields. Now, if you ever have a problem with them not going and like working on the field, you need to click on your agro farm and make sure that the field is assigned to the agro farm. I think we're pretty much at the maximum on what we want to assign to a single agro farm at this point, because we simply can't purchase any more vehicles than what we've already bought, and it's not enough to tend to many more farms in this. But it's you can auto search to find more farms on here, or you can manually add them just by clicking this and then clicking on the field. So if you ever have one that's not included, or you're trying to shift it from one agro farm to the other, that's how you can do it, is with that button. But everything's set up and flowing here. The next thing that we need to think about now, believe me, it is going to be a long time before we see any crops as a fruit of our labor down here. And I mean a long time. Sometimes you forget how slow the game actually moves. I mean, it's only the 22nd of February, 1970. We started on January the 1st. It's only been, you know, about a month and 23 days. And the entire time that we played our other 2 Let's Play episodes. So, anyways, I'm kind of getting off track here. The next thing we want to do before we set up our train network, what we're gonna do is, instead of processing the crop down here and turning it into food and then shipping the finished product up to our city up here, instead of doing that, we are going to ship the raw product, the raw crop, from here back up to here, and then we're going to process it into food and also to alcohol and meat all up here. And the reason why we're going to do that is because our workers already live up here. Now, we could, you know, build another residential block down this direction to, you know what, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Because when we finish processing our crop, we're going to want to export it as well. It's quite valuable. And as you're going to see, even though we're creating our own crop, we're still going to have to import crop because we're not going to have enough to keep our food supply up. But it doesn't matter, because if you take a look here, well, it doesn't matter if you set it up correctly, because we can sell we can sell food for $121 per ton, and we can import crop at a much lower cost. If I can find it on here, why can I not find it? Oh, here. We can import it for $16 a ton. So even if we are having to kind of import some additional crop to supplement our food making ability, if we're exporting, then we can make that back up and possibly even make a profit. And where we want to export is over here. Now, well, you know, actually we can export here. We can, once we finish processing it, export it over to this direction, or we could build our processing down here and export it out this way. And then ship the final product up to here. Which I think we're going to go in that direction. I think that's what we're going to do. So, first of all, we're going to need a storage facility for when we do get some crop in here, some place for them to store it. So you need a grain silo. So under construction, and then we go to energy, food, and crop related grain storage. Now, we've talked about this, but I haven't actually ever built them before. You see those little arrows coming in here? That is where we can create what they call a factory connection. And what that allows us to do is to automatically move product from the agro farm into the grain silo. We're going to leave that as a blueprint, because I want to make sure that we can connect the factory connection. Now, something newer to the game is now they have these factory connection crossings where you can connect a whole bunch of factories together along with a forklift garage. I haven't even tried that yet, so we will try that together as soon as we get the opportunity to do so. Which, actually, we need to think about this for a minute, because we want to ship our crop out of here, and then we want to go from here directly into two different places, which would be we can use crop to create food, and we can use crop, I believe, to create alcohol. So let me just make sure that's true. We're not just talking out of my ass here. Let me see if we can. Here we go. So food and alcohol. Yeah, distillery also takes crop. So we need to import from here into two different places, and we're going to need people working in all those places, which means we're going to need to build residential, which now that I'm looking at this, we should have built our power transformer over here and not over here. Maybe we can relocate it. And we're going to need to do some leveling here. Also, I don't like how I just did that. We're just going to get rid of it. Let's do some leveling really quick. For those of you that are just joining us this episode, level your work where you're trying to build. It'll make your life a million bazillion times easier, I guarantee you. I hope we're not creating too much of a indentation right here where the road is. We should have been bringing everything up to the road level. My bad. Yeah, we can tell we're going to need to level this out. Look at all of our bulldozers hard at work there. We're going to need a lot of room over here, actually. And I'm going to have to probably move these power lines, too. Let's go ahead and just put this on pause, and let's relocate our power lines. And let's go ahead and demolish this. I know, what a waste. And let's see if we can put this somewhere over here. Seems like a good place. And we'll bring our power lines in a minute. Let's first lay out our blueprints of how we want everything to look over here. And then we'll figure out where the best place is for that. Let's just make sure this is all level. We're going to build some residential areas up here, and we're also going to need schools and kindergartens. We have to keep that in mind. Now, some people would just try to ship citizens down here from their main area along with the trains. Well, not along with, but on the same tracks that they're using to ship the crop. You know, they'll create a second passenger train, and they'll try to ship, which is a good idea, you know, ship people down here. The problem with that is that they either take forever to get there on the train, and you never have any workers where you really want them. So I would highly suggest just building residential areas where, I mean, why not? Just build the housing near where they're going to work, and then they can walk, and you won't have any issues. You might have to build, you know, a few more infrastructure items, such as schools and kindergartens, but you're going to realize that even in your main area, those places fill up quick and run out of spaces for everybody. So it's almost better to have them kind of dispersed, to have your population dispersed over a larger area. Okay, sorry about that. We spent quite a bit of time leveling there, but what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get our... We need to go ahead and get our storage set up, like I said, which we already did, but I'm going to redo. Just going to put it right here. And we're going to try to use the new thing. We're going to learn this together. We're going to try to use this guy to connect to multiple factories. We're going to put one there. I guess we need a forklift garage. I guess this is where they... Not really sure. I guess this is where they refuel and such. Let's try that. And then what we're going to do, well, we're going to connect these first and foremost. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to ship the crop into the distillery and into the food factory. So let's get the food factory going. And, we're also going to have to, like, export the stuff out of these factories into a storage facility. Well, let's go ahead and let's put the food factory up here. The thing is that the... actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think we should not put this here. What did that say? Let's not put this here. Instead, we're just going to put our food factory right here. There we go. We're going to connect it. I'm going to let this build. And the factory connections as well. Let's connect this one here. And then we are going to need to have that forklift depot. Maybe we can put that like right here. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, or if it is going to work. Like I said, I've never tried this before. But theoretically, now we should be able to ship crop, you know, with the forklifts all the way from here down to the distillery. Before, you would have to have like a direct connection from one to the other, which made things quite difficult. And we also need to be able to export to a warehouse where we're going to store all this stuff. So we need to think about that as well. Maybe if we put the warehouse... I have to really think about this. Also, I don't really like how that is placed. I know, but anal. Need to be a little bit more lined up. Let's do it like that, and then I'm going to put another one here. Again, I'm not really sure how these work. But I'm hoping that if I put it like this, oops. Wait a minute. That was not supposed to be that. That was... God damn it. That was supposed to be the forklift depot. There we go. Connect this to there, this to there, this to there, and now we should be able to build our distillery. I wanted to kind of put it like this, at an angle. We'll have that connected right there. I know that looks a bit weird, but I think it's actually going to work out quite nice. Now we're only going to be able to connect this. Oh, maybe we're not even going to be able to connect this. Shit. Again, I might not even need to connect it. So I know it's like cheating a bit to not connect it to the road. Oh shit. I just upgraded the road here. I don't think I'll be able to... Wait a minute. Oh, so close. So close. Oh, look at that. Suspend construction. There's no way to get rid of it. No. Okay, we'll just have that little weird piece there. Okay. Guess we can go back on pause. Looks like now we got everything we need to do, except we're going to need some place for this crop. And we can make our agriculture on the other side, not a big deal. As long as we can connect a road. And yeah, it looks like we can. We can connect this road just here. Does it look better on a curve? Yeah, I think that looks okay. We need to go into some place that is going to store all of this stuff. So we go to storage and warehouse. We're going to need a warehouse. Warehouse keeps crops, alcohol, food, chemicals. We're going to have food and alcohol that we need to store. And this warehouse also has a direct train connection, as you can see. So what we want to do is we want to like input our stuff directly into here. And then we're going to ship it out of here directly with a train. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see if we can get the factory connections to line up. And also, let's see if our little forklifts work. I'm not really sure how those work. As long as we can connect these, we'll be good. Because now, the crop should flow from here into here, where it'll be made into food, and then back out this way to the warehouse. And the food will move from here to here. Hopefully. I wonder if it can move it, you know, in and out on the same. I wonder if it needs to be connected here. That would kind of be a good test if we get rid of this connection. And then see if the finished alcohol is able to move from the distillery to the warehouse. Let's just fucking try it. Why not? Oh, okay, well, let's just connect that road just for the hell of it. Okay, let's go ahead and have this guy build. Why not? Build. And we'll have our factory connections also build. Okay, here we go. We are cooking. Well, not yet. Not cooking yet. Almost. Almost cooking. Here, let's connect our... Should be good if we connect this to the road, don't you think? Wonder if I should curve this road. I do like curved roads. I just can never get them to look quite natural. That actually looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go with it. Well, we're gonna build a train that comes straight out of here, but it's okay. You can go across the road. It's actually quite cool. Oh, you know what? We never supplied the power over here. We built this substation. Oh, you know what? Because we also wanted to get some housing over here. We need people to work in our farms. Okay, folks, sorry about that. A little bit of a technical difficulty. Sorry for the cut there. I had to reload the game and I lost a little bit of my progress. But it was really just this road which I put back in there. So anyways, let's try to get this built all up over here, and then we are going to build our residential housing as soon as we get all these things built, so that we can supply not the farms really that need the people, but oh, I can actually buy forklifts, but the food factory and also this distillery that we put here. Let's just get these built. There we go. I'm interested to see how this will work. So let's make sure we have an area that's nice and level for our residential over here. She just loves the soundtrack. You can actually buy the soundtrack on Steam. That interests you. Okay. So we don't need that many people, I guess, to live up here. We need, well, holy shit, 170 people at this food factory. And 100 at the distillery. So we're looking at 270 people. It's a lot more than I thought. What's going on with our farms over here? Oh, why the hell is our power not connected? Oh, see, something must have happened with that save. I'm gonna go up this way. Kind of around this area that we're set up for residential. There we go. I was wondering why the farms were not. Now they've already been planted, but they're not growing. Well, I guess they're growing, but new ones are not being planted. Okay, it says everything's working now. Where are the tractors? Oh, there they are. Oh, they're all getting gas. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's build our new residential block here. We need quite a bit of people. We saw 270, and like I said, not everybody in your residential is going to work. So you have to like overcompensate with extra people. So we're going to need at least 300 something people, which is a lot of fucking people. We could do something like one of these. This thing is gigantic. But we could do one of these. The only thing I don't like about this is how it has 3 connections to the road. It's a bit weird. Let's do one of these. And we're actually going to need more people than that, so we might supplement it with like one of these. I don't know, where would that look good? Because building's not even connected to the road. I don't think where should we put this? We could just put it here. Or I guess we could put it out this direction. Oops. Oh no, not that one. This one. Oh, it looks nice there. And that way we can put our school and our kindergarten. Now we're not going to have crops for a long time, so we've got plenty of time to figure this out. Okay. And we still need to get... Oh, do you know what? Oh, I'm so dumb. We probably should not have put that right there. Or we can just... We can reorient this, maybe. I think that's probably a better option, because I like the way that that is. Let's just see if we can rebuild the warehouse. I know that was probably a waste of money. Let's see if we can do it. Like this. We can connect the road to down there. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. The thing I'm worried about is just connecting the factory. Sometimes, okay, that works. Besides the wasted money, no harm, no foul. And so what we're going to do in the meantime, since it's going to take us a long time to get crop in here, as I was saying, we could import crop, and it's still going to make us a bit of money if we convert it into food and then resell it. So we're going to go on and we're going to auto purchase crop, and we're just going to keep 37 tons of crop in here at all time. Now, what's going to happen is once we actually start making crop, it's, you know, there's already going to be 37 tons in here, but it will add to that, and then it won't buy any more unless it gets down to that again. So you're pretty safe just by putting it on an auto purchase. So we're going to do that. You're going to see it's going to fill up with crop, and it should start delivering it to our... Well, there's no workers here, which is odd. Oh, haha, you know why? They can't get there. It's not connected. Duh. And the same goes for, oh, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to get the workers to the distillery, because I can't cross this connection. Yeah, there we go. We just gotta figure out how we're gonna get them to the distillery. So there's no crop. So I mean, this is how we're gonna figure out how this works together, because garage needs forklifts. Maybe when I buy some forklifts here. No tasks for forklifts. Well, that's bullshit. You do have a task. We need crops in here. So I don't really know how these work. I have the bulldozers. Oh, add new connection. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, it's just like any other one. But how do I set up additional connections? This building is already assigned. Okay, so from the grain storage we need to load crop. No, don't unload. Grain storage, load crop, and deliver that to the food factory. Unload crop. And then we need to load food. And then from there, we need to bring the food to here, where we need to unload food. And then at the distillery, we need to unload crop and load. Maybe I'm making this too complicated. Alcohol. And then unload alcohol. Okay. Let's see if that worked. I'm not sure. I think it did. I think I just need to get some workers over here. And I should have built this guy over here. Because I don't think I can build a footpath. No. Can't build a footpath through here. So just connect this up. So I'm not going to be able to get people over to the distillery unless I ship them with a bus. Which I guess I can do. Send a bus that drops off over here. It's not a big deal. And we will also need a vehicle depot over here. I have it drop directly off over there, so we just need the one bus stop. It's really the easiest way to solve this problem. We'll just put that bus stop right here. We also need room for our kindergarten and our school. So we will need those things over here. Go ahead and put that there. And we'll get a road vehicle depot. Put it off over here. There we go. Let those things build. So we are getting food stored over here. You do want to put some limits on this. If you don't put limits on this, it'll just go and go and go forever because you're importing the crop. So especially until you're, ready to export it, you should use the limits to just keep it in check a bit. I will let it store more food. But you don't want it to get completely full with one type, because then you won't be able to store anything else. So I like how these forklifts are working. It's pretty cool. I have to say, that's a nice addition to the game. Before, you could only kind of connect one factory directly to another one, and since you can't cross them over each other, it made it almost impossible to get an efficient layout going. but this is definitely much better. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, we're still... Oh, I didn't tell this to build. So you gotta remember when you got the blueprints turned on, that you gotta tell it to build in whatever manner you'd like to build in. You'll see that building becomes really fun as we move on to the next stage of the game, which is going to be gathering resources we need to do construction. So let's go ahead and purchase... we got a lot of people that can work at the distillery. So let's purchase a nice big bus. Let's see. Well, they're not all going to ride it at once. I like this bus. It's kind of cute. Look at it. There we go. We'll get that one. Why not? And we're going to stop here and bring them directly there. Oh, no. That's weird. Could it not drive on... Oh, I see. Again! Ah! There we go. Yeah, let's watch this guy. We do have a gas station over here, luckily. Already set up for our tractors. There it is. Yeah, look at this bus. It's kind of cool, huh? Got a little gas station back there. This is quite the view. Oh my god. Of course our food factory looks like it belongs in Soviet Russia, for sure. Look at all these interests. I don't understand why it needs 3. There are quite a few people here. I guess they don't have jobs, so they need... But nobody got on the damn bus. That is annoying. Only 25 of them are going to work here, so the question is, where the hell are they all going to work? I'm going to tell everybody in this building. Go to this bus stop to work. I don't even think that'll be enough. We'll have to see. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, geez, I hope I have enough room for a school. We also need to think about the... You know what, let's go ahead and lay down a blueprint for the train track. I can tell we're going to have a hard time getting the train track out of here because I didn't realize this, but we've created quite a bit of a crater here as we've been building. Now, the train needs to eventually come up this direction. So, I'm hoping to just get it to come out like this. Now, when we build the train, we need to figure out if we want to build a regular railway or an electrified railway. I built it an electrified railway before, and it was cool, but I don't see what the advantages are one way or the other, honestly. And we're gonna have to build a bridge, which I've never done before. That should be fun. So do we want an electrified railway? Let's just get a regular railway. I don't think we need an electrified railway. Maybe that would be better for like a passenger train. But you can see as soon as we get over to this hill, we're having a hard time getting it out of here. Oh, look at that. If we can get this to go just like this, it might be perfect. Hopefully. No. Go with the green, go with the green. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, look at that. And then we can just, hopefully. Yes. Perfect. And we're gonna go right over there, directly across the water. Now, do we have anybody yet? No. We do have some workers arriving here. That's what we need. We needed a kindergarten and a school, hopefully. Tell it to build. Remember to tell it to build. Or we could just turn on that auto build using ruples, but then sometimes we forget and we end up paying for leveling land that we don't have to pay for. Shouldn't have to pay for. There we go. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that because I need to put a school somewhere. It's probably going to interfere with that. You really need to make sure your kids are educated because eventually you'll have a bunch of uneducated deadbeats. They won't be able to work. So I can put this over here. Should we put it here? We might eventually need a store as well, so I guess I'll put it here until it becomes a problem. "21 workers waiting to go to our distillery." Right now we're not producing any alcohol, we are producing food. And we have 23 tons in storage, so it's about time that we get it shipping up here to our main settlement where we're going to supply our stores with it, so we can stop importing it. And also, we'll set up an export line to export it over this way. So what we'll do is we'll probably have 2 separate trains, one to deliver the food and one to export the food. I don't know though, that's going to be a lot of food. So it actually might be, we might send it up to our depot first and then export it. We're going to have to really think about that. But let's start laying out the tracks. So this is only a single track here that comes in, but what we really want is a double track. So we're going to have to start, we're going to have to double it up here eventually. Probably coming right out of here, we're going to want to double it up. So good thing we can lay blueprint. That way. Oh no, see what just happened? It just built all that track because I had left it on build, auto build with ruples, so you gotta be careful. Okay, that's not gonna quite line up, but since we did blueprint, it's much easier to delete. Okay. Alright. So what you really want to do is you want to have a double track the whole way. Now you can do it without having double track just by making passing lanes. However, it gets a little bit more complicated with the whole semaphore situation. So instead, we're gonna run a double track. It's gonna be better for us in the long run, anyway. And with this double track, you just need to make sure that the trains have somewhere that they can switch from one track to the other. In this case, when the train leaves here, he can go on either this left track or he can go on this right track. And we'll put in the semaphores later that will tell him which way to go. But now that I'm looking at this, you don't want it to be right out of the gate like that. You want there to be a little bit of track beforehand, if that makes any sense. I'll explain it again in a second. Here we go. So when we place the semaphores later, we will put one here and we will put one on either side of here that will tell it which way to go, on which side of the track. And the easiest thing to do is just to send the trains on the right hand side of the track, just like we drive on the right hand side of the road. And I'll show you how to set that up in a bit. First we gotta lay this track, so we'll just lay one side at a time. We ran into a pretty steep decline right here. It's not even allowing us to build. Just have to fiddle with it until we get it to work. Dang it. Oh, there we go. See if we can continue this straight this way. We're gonna go over that river. I just hate that how it says hold right mouse button and you do and it doesn't work. should come more on a straight line here. There we go. Okay, I don't even really know how you build a bridge, so this should be interesting. So we're building right now. We can go up to on this train track. We can go to 150 kilometers an hour is the maximum speed. This bridge is 121. Well, I guess it'll just slow down to go over it, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not that far. I don't think it would matter if it slows down 20 miles an hour. Use Q and E to increase the height of bridges. I can't really tell how high it is. I mean, that looks about right. It's gonna be able to blueprint, right? Yeah. Never done this before. Seemed to work just fine. Except on this side. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that's not gonna do. You really have to have the right perspective on it. You have to redo it. You really gotta... If you want it to be realistic, it's gonna go up kind of high up over the water. Okay, sorry about that. It took me a little bit to get this bridge right. I had to really fiddle with it to get it to look the way that I wanted it to look. I could have just stretched it straight across the water, sure, but I wanted it to look a little bit more realistic. This is the first bridge I'm building in the game, after all. And I tried to lay some more track, it didn't really work out. But anyways, we're going to end this episode here. That's all the time we have for today. But next time, we will finish our train track. Kind of feel like we didn't really get much accomplished today, did we? But next time we will finish our train track all the way to our city over here to supply us with some food. And we'll also connect it to over here so that we can export some of our food and start making some additional money. Food is worth quite a bit on the market. And this is actually a perfect place to kind of branch that out and expand it over there. So we'll work on that on the next episode. And until then, thank you guys so much for watching.